Solving one-step equations, example 1. So the first thing I do always when I solve an equation, 10 plus n equals 18, I always like to put a line down the equal sign just so I know where the left side and right side are on the equation. The next thing, I cover the variable or find the variable. In this case it's n, and when I cover it, that tells me what I have to get rid of. In this case is the 10. And in order to get rid of it, I have to do the opposite. The opposite of adding 10, in this case, is subtracting 10. Right? And whatever I have to do to one side of the equation, I have to do to the other. And that's why the line is helpful now. So if I subtract 10 from the left side, I have to subtract 10 from the right side. 10 minus 10 cancels out, and the line means so in the problem 10 plus n equals 18. I solved for it and I got n equals 8. I'm going to check this now. So when I check it, I'm just going to rewrite the equation 10 plus n equals 18, and then I'm going to substitute 8 in for n. And in this case I get 10 plus 8 equals 18, and then I add 10 plus 8, which is 18. And does 18 equal 18? Yes. So it checks and works. So for my equation, 10 plus n equals 18, I know the answer is n equals 8, and I checked it as well. Example 2, solving one-step equations. So the equation this time is p minus 8 equals 9. Again, the first step I'm going to do is put the line down the equal sign so I know where the left side and the right side is. Right? The second step is covering the variable, which is p, and this time I'm trying to get rid of minus 8. In order to get rid of it, I have to do the opposite, and so the opposite of minus 8 is plus 8. So plus 8, and whatever I do to one side of the equation, I have to do to the other, so I have to add 8 to the other side. And then when I simplify this, the minus 8 and the plus 8 cancel out. I bring down the p, and 9 plus 8 is 17. So now I'm going to check it. I'm going to rewrite the equation p minus 8 equals 9. And then I have to substitute what p is equal to. In this case is 17. So 17 minus 8 is 9. 17 minus 8 is 9. And does 9 equal 9? Yes, it does. So it checks. So in the equation, p minus 8 equals 9. P is equal to 17. Example 3, solving one-step equations. This time the problem is 6x equals 48. So again, the first thing I do is put my line down the equal sign, and then I cover the x. And this time I have to get rid of the 6. But remember, a number next to a letter means multiplication. So if I'm going to do the opposite, in order to get rid of the 6, I have to divide by 6. So remember, whatever I do to one side, I do to the other side. 6 divided by 6 cancels out is 1. So I can bring down that x. And 48 divided by 6 is 8. And again, I'm going to check this again, so I'm going to rewrite my equation. 6x equals 48. Remember, this means times, and I'm going to substitute 8 in for x. So that's 6 times 8 equals 48. And 6 times 8 is 48. And it is equal to 48, so that checks. So in the equation, 6x equals 48, x is equal to 8. Example 4 for one-step equations. b divided by negative 4 equals 5. So again, I'm going to put my line down the equal sign so I know the left side between the right side. I cover my variable. I have to see what I have to get rid of. In this case, I have to get rid of negative 4. But what does this line mean? This line means division. So the opposite of division is multiplication. So I have to multiply both sides by negative 4. And remember, whatever I do to one side, I do to the other. Negative 4 divided by negative 4, those cancel out. And I can bring down the b. And then 5 times negative 4 is negative 20. Alright, so I'm going to check that. B divided by negative 4 equals 5. And I'm going to replace negative 20 every time I see b. So that's negative 20 divided by negative 4 equals 5. Negative divided by negative is positive, and 20 divided by 4 is 5. And does 5 equal 5? Yes, it does. So in the equation, b divided by negative 4 equals 5. B is equal to negative 20. One-step equations. The inverse operation of blank is blank. And the other common inverse operation of blank is blank. So in the first blank, you're going to put the most common operation we use. And in the second blank, you're going to put its inverse operation. And then in the third blank, you're going to put the second most common operation used. And then in the last blank, its inverse operation of it. An example of a one-step equation is blank. And you would use what inverse operation to solve it? Blank. So in the first blank, you're going to create or write or make up a one-step equation. And in the second blank, you're going to tell me what inverse operation you have to use in order to solve it.